Have you ever woken up on a Monday morning and felt nothing? Not burned out, not angry, just empty. You're showing up, you're performing, maybe you're even succeeding by every external measure, but something feels off, like you're living someone else's life. If that resonates, this video is for you. Today, I want to introduce you to a concept that changed the way I see career, purpose, and fulfillment entirely. It's called Ikigai, a Japanese word that roughly translates to your reason for being. And by the end of this video, you'll have a completely new framework to understand what's been missing and where to start looking for it. Let me describe someone I know well. She's talented, experienced, respected in her field. She worked hard to get where she is. And yet, every Sunday evening, she feels a quiet dread creeping in. Sound familiar? The professionals I work with don't come to me because they failed. They come because they succeeded at the wrong thing. They feel exhausted, not from working too much, but from working on things that don't light them up. They feel disconnected from their work, from their colleagues, and of course, from themselves. They feel unfulfilled, like they're checking boxes in someone else's list. And the hardest part, they can't always explain why. Because from the outside, everything looks fine. The problem isn't that they chose the wrong career. The problem is that somewhere along the way, they lost alignment with themselves. And that's exactly what Ikigai helps you recover. Ikigai comes from two Japanese words, Iki meaning life, Gai meaning value or worth. Your Ikigai is what makes your life feel worth living. Now, in the context of your professional life, Ikigai is represented as the intersection of 4 dimensions. What you love, the things that make you lose track of time, that energize you instead of draining you, that you do even if no one was watching. Second, what you're good at, your natural strengths, your acquired skills, the things people consistently come to you for. Sometimes things you take for granted because they feel so easy to you. Third, what the world needs, where your gifts meet a real problem, a real community, a real gap that you, specifically you, are positioned to fill. And finally, what you can be paid for, because purpose without sustainability isn't freedom. It's just a beautiful idea that slowly breaks your heart. When these 4 dimensions overlap, something remarkable happens. You stop looking for motivation because it's already there. You stop dreading Mondays because your work feels like an extension of who you are. You stop asking, is this it? Because you already know the answer. That intersection, that's your Ikigai. And here's what I want you to understand. It's not a destination, it's a direction. I want to pause here and invite you into something. Grab a notebook, a pen, or open the Notes app on your phone, because clarity doesn't come from watching a video, it comes from engaging. Let's go through each dimension together. First, what do you love? Not what you're supposed to love, not what looks good on paper, what genuinely lights you up. When do you feel most alive? Think about the last time you were completely absorbed in something. What were you doing? Write it down, the list of things. Don't edit, don't filter. And second, what are you good at? And I mean naturally good at, not just trained. What do people ask for your help with? What feels effortless to you but hard for others? Sometimes our greatest strengths are invisible to us, precisely because they come so naturally. Try to write those down too. Third, what does the world need? Where do you see gaps? What problems make you angry or break your heart? What communities, causes, or challenges feel like they were made for you to contribute to? This is where your Ikigai starts touching something beyond yourself. And finally, what can you be paid for? This isn't about selling out, it's about building something real and sustainable. Where does your talent meet demand? What have people already paid for or would pay for that you offer? Now look at what you wrote. Don't try to force the answer yet, just notice. Where do things overlap? Where do patterns emerge? That feeling of recognition you're starting to feel, that's clarity beginning to wake you up. Now, I want to be completely honest with you about something. Finding your Ikigai is not a one afternoon exercise. It's a process of exploration, of unlearning, of getting still enough to hear what was always true about you, but got buried under expectations, obligations, and fear. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. You don't need to have all the answers today. What you need is to start moving, because Ikigai reveals itself in motion, not in perfect thinking. Start with one conversation you've been avoiding, one side project you've been putting off because it feels too personal, one question you've been afraid to ask yourself. Because here's what I've seen again and again with the people I work with. The shift doesn't come from a big dramatic change. It comes from one moment of honest clarity that then changes everything. If something in this video moved something in you, if you recognize yourself in any of these, I want to offer you something concrete. I'm opening a limited number of free 20-minute clarity calls. In 20 minutes together, we'll look at where you are right now, what's keeping you stuck, and what your most honest next step could be. No pitch, no pressure, just clarity. The link to book is right below this video, because you don't just deserve a better job. You deserve a career and a life where you are truly thriving. See you there. Thank you.